deja vu. This is like a rock war number 2. A rock war number 2. I like the look of those oil supplies. I'd be ashamed if someone invaded you. If someone invaded you. And I ran so far away. Bomb I ran, I bombed them night and day. But destroy USA. A drone appears above your head. A mower bomb comes falling down on you. Falling down on you. The fleet is moving nearer still. The Strait of Hormuz, it comes in view. The oil must flow through. And I ran so far away. The bomb I bombed them night and day. But destroy USA. A tiny hand hits a big red button. Atomic bombs come falling down on you. Mushroom clouds in view. Send out a tweet to let you know. World War III 'cause Israel told me to. All for Netanyahu. And I ran so far away. Bomb bomb them night and day. And I ran so far away. Bomb them night and day. But destroy USA. Feel like I'm getting deja vu. This is like a rock war number 2. A rock war number 2. I like the look of those oil supplies. I'd be ashamed if someone invaded you. If someone invaded you. And I ran so far away. Bomb I bombed them night and day. But destroy USA. A drone appears above your head. A mower bomb comes falling down on you. Falling down on you. The fleet is moving nearer still. The Strait of Hormuz, it comes in view. The oil must flow through. And I ran so far away. The bomb I bombed them night and day. But destroy USA.
Here we go again, boyos. It's World War III. Again. Welcome aboard, everyone. This is gonna be a long one, so hang tight, guys. Alrighty, folks. Welcome aboard. It is your host, conductor on this. The ride is never gonna be not wild. This is man, we knew this was gonna happen at some point. Yeah, here we go again. Yep, exactly. Good on both sides. All right, good. It's working. All right, let's just make sure we have the YouTube chat live again. All right, hello, Etar Gaming, Adam Sayer, everybody in the audience, Thumb Truck and Minor Tree, Star Force, Adam everywhere, Mertonos. Yeah, it's we're at it again, guys. Behold our newest use of taxpayer dollars. U.S. launches major combat operations against Iran. Are you sure this will help us make America great again? America? No, of course not. Of course not. Because we know what this war is for. But hey, you know, it's not for you guys. Oh man, this speech we knew it was gonna be either the State of the Union. I knew they wanted to wait until after the Olympics because this was the same sort of timing that Russia kind of did when their 2-week special operation was going to happen. Remember, this is supposed to last 4 to 5 weeks, guys. 4 to 5 weeks. This could actually take a day. Actually, could be 4 to 5 weeks. We could actually be there forever, like a forever war. I don't you know I like forever wars. That they last forever. It's the longest span of time, and I'm told that I like long things. I'm so great. Oh man, what a complete disappointment. But of course, again. We all know who dragged us in here. Even the Secretary of State, Senor Rubio, even admitted it was the greatest ally that got us in. So of course it's not for us. It's not for us. After all, I mean, when our country looks like this, I mean, we gotta have our priorities straight, guys. I mean, we gotta bomb their schools. We gotta bomb their, facilities. We gotta bomb their cities. But hey, our cities look like this looks like this just got bombed. This is Los Angeles as of February 28th, 2026. And yeah, this is what I look. And being there, seeing that, yeah, this is not just Los Angeles. This is like a whole lot of American cities that are like this. Okay. And it just goes to show you that the federal government has no cares or qualms about what's happening here in this country and what we need to do to fix this country. But it's going to come back to bite us. And it already is. Because it's going to get... And after all, I mean, again, while that's happening on the home front, let's just, real quick, because again, it happened again. A woman stabbed to death at Fairfax County bus stop appears to be another random attack victim. Again, while our own country is having a whole big issue, Stephanie Minter of Fredericksburg was the victim. Police said Abdul Jalal, who was seen on a bus with her, was charged. Again, I don't think this is one of the sleeper cells or anything like that. This is just random. This is what happens when you have a billion people in here, with no checks or balances as to who's who, who's what. But yeah, this again. Let's go back to Again, people don't want to ride. And honestly, the main issue that needs to be happening in this country is we need to be fixing ourselves, having law and order within our own country, and rebuilding our economy. Because we can have nice things again. We can. I mean, check this out over here. America after 100 million deportations. Let me mute this so we don't get I think this was in Poland. It's definitely Eastern Europe. Okay. Notice how when the knife came out, he didn't run away. Notice that. Notice he's not running away once the knife comes out. There you are. There we go. We got the Fizzly. Speaking of, I think we should also get some Fizzlies over here too. There we go. There we are. We got this is eminent for what's happening. Get your sunset sarsaparilla. It's basically happening. Yeah, this is what happens. If you have a nice country, you can have this. When you don't have a nice country, this is what happens. There you go. Simple as that. Simple as that. We've said this ad nauseum multiple times. So this is what's happened to our country. You can't even get on public transportation. You can't even get a job. You can't own a home. But we're back in another forever war. Again, and we've been in World War III. I said it from the beginning. Pax Americana ended the minute we got out of Afghanistan. That was it. The way that we tucked tail and left was disappointing, disgusting, and just horrible. And just indicative that America's done. The Pax Americana already ended in 2021. That was it for Pax Americana. And now what we're seeing is just this is everything coming to a head now. Okay, this is World War. It's been World War III since Russia went into Ukraine. Okay, if you were to say when did World War II start, I don't know. You could say when the Japanese went into Manchuria in 1931. Okay, you can say when Mr. Mustache Man took power. You can say it's 1939. You can say when America got in 1941. Who knows? But I mean, there's a whole lot of events that lead up to it. You can say that World War II started when World War I ended, because honestly, the Versailles deal was kind of a crappy deal. Kind of a crappy deal. You can't really blame those silly little Germans for doing what they did after getting that shitty deal. So yeah, who knows? And honestly, if there's a pinpoint to it, you could blame World War III on a whole bunch of stuff. But I mean, if you want to say it officially, your 1939 Germany goes into Poland moment, it's probably the time when Russia went into Ukraine. Okay, or did Ukraine go into Russia? Okay, because there's arguments for that, because that all started back in 2014. Okay, so who knows? But we've been in World War III. That's it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It is. Okay, that's when the Wikipedia article gets fixed up 10 years later. That's what the title will be. There you are. And one of the only congressmen in Congress that has any sort of brains over here. We spent $8 trillion in the Middle East. That's 100 times our annual federal spending on roads and bridges. So we can't have nice things. Picture how great our country would be if we spent that money here. Imagine how affordable groceries and housing would be if we hadn't printed all that money. Yeah, but meanwhile, this is what America has to look like. That's it. One of America's greatest cities, Los Angeles. Millions of songs, millions of people that wanting to go over there, movies, everything. It was the poster child. Probably along with Miami in a sense, but in the 1980s and 90s, everybody wanted to go to LA in the 60s, the 70s, and 80s. Now look, there you go. That's where it is. There you go. But this is indicative of America's full economy over here, because the whole economy is sinking, and we're in a death spiral. Let's be clear, it's a death spiral. Manufacturing is not doing well in America. Okay, you have a whole bunch of machine shops, and these small little machine shops where, like, these boomers used to have and own, and they have these 20-year-old machines. And I've worked in some of these. Okay, I've seen and I've worked on some of these machines. Okay, machines that you can only get thousands of dollars each. Some of them were made in Japan, and you had to set them up in Japanese. And luckily, I was the only one that could actually read and write. So, yeah, and this is the sort of stuff that's happening. But again, our manufacturing capabilities, if you're reading through some of this about dying boomer machine shops, is that a lot of these capabilities are 2 decades old. They haven't kept up with reality and where things are, with where automation and where you can have a 3D printer and a whole garage full of 3D printers and be able to make a whole lot of stuff. And even metal printing and CNC machines, 5-axis CNC machining, you can be able to do that. But we don't have the capabilities or the scale to be able to get that up the right way, because that's not where we're spending the money or the priorities. And it's only getting worse. Here's some more articles coming out over here. Auto parts giant shuts down 59-year-old Ohio plant, 228 workers to lose paychecks. So we're just going to go through some of these headlines over here. This is 2 months ago. Here you are. This is just last week. Hundreds of manufacturing jobs lost amid nationwide layoffs. There we are. And it's, again, more and more and more, just to go down. And you can just, again, we're just going through the headlines over here because I'm trying to get up. Ford scraps EV flagship after biggest loss since 2009. $19.5 billion hits. Trigger existential threat. Okay, so the F-150 Lightning is over. They laid off a whole bunch of people last month for Valentine's Day in Kentucky. Thousands of people now don't have a job. And it just keeps going because people can't afford a job. If they can't get a job, they have nowhere to live. And then think of the ripple effects, because there's a whole bunch of businesses and industries within all those small towns and cities where all those people work that are now have to disappear, because if you have thousands of people, well, they're not going to go and have breakfast at the diner. They're not going to go and buy, clothes or whatever nearby. And we'll talk a little bit about clothes later on. They're not going to be paying for services because they're going to have to move out to go ahead and find another job. And they're certainly not going to be able to afford a car. As 72% of Americans refuse to buy, there's now $39 billion of new cars rotting on dealerships. We've talked about this multiple times, how we're probably going to have by 2030 up to a third or more of American car dealerships going bye-bye. That's it. $9 billion auto empire collapse hits founders with 18-count fraud as 2,500 workers lose jobs. And yeah, you can look up the where this guy who started this was from on Wikipedia. You can tell why there's so much fraud in this company, Patrick James. And no, it's not who you think it is. It's not how you think it is. I know the name's like, well, could he change it? No. Just I'll leave that for you. You can go on Wikipedia and see where he's from. It's there you go. When Wall Street's best couldn't stop the fraud. And that's the problem with this economy. Because we're not really making anything real anymore. A lot of the money is coming from, well, making money. By printing it, by speculating on it. That's where really the economy is, unfortunately. We're not really making anything real. When we've turned our economy from an industrial-based economy into a service-based economy, mind you, a service-based economy that can't even do customer service right. This is what you get. So there you go. Now 2,500 workers lose jobs because of this piece of shit. Yeah, that's it. It's what it is. You know what? This piece of shit that took over this company, took over all these little companies, so he can go ahead and speculate on this and run a whole Ponzi scheme, and now all these people don't have any jobs. And guess what? That goes down the line because this is an OEM manufacturer, original equipment manufacturer. A lot of these companies, Autolite spark plugs, Fram oil filters, brake pads. Okay, well, those go. Some of those go down the line to a lot of the bigger manufacturers. Because let's say a Ford or GM doesn't really make their own parts. They're getting them from suppliers. And if those suppliers are disappearing, okay, again, this is just happening all over the place. If suppliers are disappearing, and it's even happening in Germany too. Big, massive OEM just shut down. So yeah, this is just a ripple effect across the economy. Stellantis lose $26 billion. Now it's trying to get back on making V8s, bringing back the Hemi, but not the best time to be driving a Hemi right now. Oil markets bracing for $100 barrels. Redux of 1970s era crisis. Again, who started that oil crisis? Who dragged us into that oil crisis back in 1973? I wonder who. With friends like these, who needs enemies? Honestly, this is what happened. Our country and economy is definitely not ready for this. We said this. We've talked about this for years. This country is absolutely not ready, doesn't have the supply chain nor the infrastructure capability to be able to win World War III. Might be able to get by it. It's certainly not gonna win it. At best, maybe a Pyrrhic victory. But it ain't winning this outright. And it's not winning this unscathed. We're really gonna be hurting. And what Iran is doing right now is going after the Gulf the Gulf countries. People are saying, why are they hitting all of it? Well, because they're hitting the entire world economy where it hurts, into the petrodollar. They're gonna say they're banking on the fact that America is gonna stop when the economy completely comes to a halt. So they're hitting the economy. That's what they're doing. And they can keep doing it. And when our economy is like this, we're not going to be able to survive. Americans be like, this car-dependent society sucks. My brother in Christ, you made the car-dependent infrastructure. And by you, we know who you means. Okay? And look, this is just history repeating itself. But we're not at all in a place where we can be self-dependent and self-sufficient to be able to do like this. This is back in 1979. This was the UK, British Rail, how to keep going during the next oil crisis. We're not ready. Oh, and speaking of, guess where the UK gets about 40% of its natural gas from? Yeah, Saudi Arabia. Guess what just got hit multiple times. I guess all those oil refineries are now going to shut down. They'll probably go after the desalination plants too. Probably blow those up, and the whole countries that thought that they were never going to get hit are now getting completely just. And this is insane. Ocean lines flee Strait of Hormuz. Sorry, strait's closed. Strait's closed due to war. Flees Strait of Hormuz as Iran targets Persian Gulf ports. Tankers anchor as critical crude oil route shuts down. Yeah, this is gonna get worse. This is gonna get worse. So the markets had a little bit of respite today, just a tiny bit, a tiny bit of a respite. But let's see where this goes. I don't know. Look, if this goes on for longer than a week, we're gonna be in this for months. And I don't think with the damage that was done, to the Iranian people, because they're not. People are overestimating that. The Iranian people are going to go ahead and no, they're not. A lot of them, if you look on Telegram and other places that are not Fox News, a lot of them are on the streets just pissed off. You're blowing them up. You're turning this into a total war situation. Yeah, so now you've pissed them all off. Yeah, it's not. They're not standing up. The ones who are really trying to push that are the Iranian expats. And look, as someone with like roots, with human roots, people back to Cuba, I don't care what the hell happens to Cuba. I don't. Not my monkeys, not my circus, as an old Polish saying would go. But we don't. No, it's either you're American or you're not. I don't care. We're not gonna start playing for other countries because this is what happens every single time. It's not worth it. While our country looks like this, no, we're not, and we're gonna be paying the price for it. Sorry, we're all gonna be paying the price for it. But at least Texas may be trying. I know we dump on Texas a lot over here. Sorry for our Texan members here, but it looks like Texas may be actually doing something interesting here. Texas becomes the first state to test uncommon energy source. There are a lot of indicators that we are ready. Gee, what could that energy source be? Are you guys just gonna boil? Are you just gonna boil water using a hot rock? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So another stream.
The N-word. You know what the N-word is? It's no. It's the nuclear word. He mentioned the N-word.
There we are. So yeah, they are testing small modular nuclear reactors. There you are. According to Texas Tribune, a Bureau of Business Research at the University of Texas, average demand on the grid could almost triple by 2050. We're so far behind. The first small modular nuclear reactor, or SMR, could be powering an industrial plant by the state by the early 2030s. Not soon enough. Not soon enough. But it looks like they're trying. They're trying. Not soon enough, not fast enough, but hey. I mean, it's something. It's something. We'll give them that. It's something. But this is, again, we're so far behind, too little, too late, and we've been held back. Funny enough, speaking of the Epstein class that has dragged us into this war, there's some information out there that, here you are, previously unreported federal Epstein file emails reveal that Jeffrey Epstein claimed he personally killed cold fusion, the discovery that could have given the world clean, limitless energy from water. Not through science, through congressional defunding and a meeting with the head of the Mormon Church. Well, yeah, there's more information there, and I'm not going to get too much into it, but yeah, it's just as you think it is. And literally, just like in an email, it's like, how did you kill him? Epstein names a specific congressman, specific funding flight, and the head of the Mormon Church. Yeah, regarding cold fusion, I killed Pons years ago. Yeah, so there you go, guys. That's yeah. So same group of people. Why we can't have nice things again? they even got rid of cold fusion. It's like knows no balance. And look, it's really bad when you come to look at how bad the economy is and how bad we're at. And I would know. Okay, now, contrary to what my wife would say, okay, I don't know everything. Okay? I know a lot about a lot of things. Why? Because I've been there and done that. And I've done a lot of work for different companies, different manufacturers throughout the years. One in particular was this one for an automation company that built automation systems for a rocket recycling plant. And this was, you know, I wrote articles and did stuff with this sort of thing, copywriting and everything back, like, now at this point, 5 years ago. By the way, yeah, I was on point when AI started becoming a thing back in 2022. You have to start learning things really quickly when they start coming up. Okay? You have to adapt pretty quickly. And unfortunately, our country is not adapting really quickly because they're basically, just remanufacturing. And this is good that we have, but it's not nowhere near the scale that we have. There you go. They're just recycling old rockets. And this has been a thing. This is a real thing. Because we're really running out of space over here. Why the U.S. Army is undertaking rocket recycling. Think missile tests. Been calls for increased efforts to recycle over the years, but this hasn't always been possible when it comes to military hardware. However, the U.S. Army is now recycling, reutilizing demilitarized rocket motors, and even repurposing the materials to make test missiles. So yeah, everything. They're trying to get everything because we don't even have the manufacturing capability to be able to make stuff ourselves, and we haven't for years. And we're running out. Exclusive defense executives plan to meet at White House as strikes on Iran diminish stockpiles. They've had to go ahead and start moving THAAD systems from South Korea. South Korea, which, you know, again, if you want to talk about people that have a nuclear weapon, North Korea already has nuclear weapons. The certain ally, or certain greatest ally, also has nuclear weapons. And let's not talk about it again. I'm not going to try to talk about that subject too much and about the Epstein class too much because I like this channel. You guys like this channel, and you all would like it if this channel were to keep continuing on YouTube. Okay, there's enough videos and other stuff out there to go ahead and talk about it. We don't have to talk about it's been done to death already. Now the story's been out, and now it's out into the normieverse, and it has been for years since October 7th. So yeah, that's it. We don't even have to hide our power level anymore. But there you go. It's done. It's done, but we don't have to. We're not going to talk about it too much here. What we're going to talk about and what this whole stream is going to be about is the reality of what American manufacturing has become in our economy, in our industry, in our railroads. That's what it is. Because it's not what's going on right now is not making America great. It's ending it. It's ending America as it is. What it becomes afterwards, who knows? That's kind of the scary bit. Okay. But your jobs, and I'll tell you what you guys need to be doing after this. But yeah, look at this. Meeting aims to accelerate weapons production after recent military operations. And we've been losing a whole lot of stockpiles because they've been going to Ukraine. They've been going to other places. We lost a major stockpile when we were. I thought we destroyed their nuclear capabilities back in June of last year. What happened? All of a sudden they're doing it again. What happened? But there you go. After that whole fiasco, so yeah, Trump administration pressures contractors to prioritize production over shareholder payouts. Whoops, buddy, sorry. Bruh. It's a little too late for that. A little. Ow! Ouch! Didn't we talk about that several months ago too? About how this was a national security endangerment to the country to be having all these military industrial complex companies so tied to shareholder value. Oh man. Yikes. And again, here, just look at this. In 1960s, 95% of the apparel Americans wore was made in the USA. Today, that number is just 2%. In one lifetime, went from being the world's textile and apparel powerhouse to being entirely dependent on foreign supply. Yeah, it's bad. And then this guy found, I wish you would have picked a different industry, but I get your point. Thank God our defense weapons are developed and made in the U.S. Ooh. And then this person writes back, I spent my life in textiles and apparel. Did you know the U.S. textile industry supplies more than 8,000 different products to the U.S. military annually? Yeah, any sort of military surplus you get, but now there's a whole lot of that either coming or people are getting stuff from China. And you know what? Some of that stuff for a fraction of the cost and what the U.S. contractors and U.S. manufacturers go ahead and bump up a whole lot. yeah, if you can get for a fraction of the cost, things made in China or Thailand. Hell, there's already places and already militaries that are contracting stuff out of Thailand, out of Vietnam, for stuff that their military and their soldiers, boots on the ground, use on any sort of operations. But yeah, it's just terrible that we don't even have the capability anymore. America once made clothing. There you go. Yeah, this is what America used to be. We don't have that capability. That massive capability is gone. We don't have it. And this whole thing has been done backwards. At least in 2016, there was a hope at least that Trump could have at least brought this back. And he was voted for that. He was voted on bringing back American industry. Well, first of all, getting rid and bringing back law and order back in America. Mainly because his first thing when he came down the escalator was deporting a whole bunch of people that shouldn't be here. That was the first thing he was voted on. That hasn't really gotten done. It's got a little bit here and there, 1 million people. Yeah, but you have 49 million more to go in about... Ooh, time's ticking, buddy. Time's ticking. That's not happening. Not happening. Not happening. None of that infrastructure is in place. So that's one. Bring back American manufacturing. That's also not... It hasn't happened. It hasn't. It's gone the opposite way. And number three, one of the big ones. Remember that whole debate when he was clowning on Jeb Bush and the Bush family about how stupid Iraq was? Well, yeah. Right? Oh, wait a second. What was the big one? Oh, the big one was, consequences to politicians who break the law. Lock her up. That was a big one. That hasn't happened. Again, maybe this thing is a whole distraction from the Epstein files. Maybe the Epstein files were a distraction to stage for this war. Both could be correct. But yeah, we're running out. U.S. troops racing against the clock before running out of ammo. Soldiers win battles, but logistics wins wars. We don't have the logistics. We just don't. We can get stuff around the world pretty quickly. But that foundation to supply the stuff is not there. America does still rule the seas. We still have, we can go ahead and bomb a country within 24 hours and stage that up pretty quickly. But that's about it. We're running, now we don't really have the energy to do it. And now we're running out of missiles to do it. We just don't have it. So it's blood and treasure. Blood and treasure that is being completely spent and wasted. And again, if you want to go ahead and summarize what the whole Epstein file is about, is that America's children and its destiny are for sale. That's what it comes down to in one sentence. U.S. general reveals next stage of war as troops prepare to move inland. Oh boy. Okay, this is, again, not good. Now, we talk about manufacturing, and a whole lot of this comes back to about China. Because our Epstein class, or our, we can say our ruling class, decided it was better off if we could offshore America's manufacturing prowess over to China. And I've talked about this before multiple times. This was a Time magazine article. In fact, this was the exact cover. That story I've told you about, that when I, coming back from like a high school field trip, stopped at one of those Florida Turnpike stations, and went to one of the, just buy like a book on the bus ride home. And I got this. And this, again, you can see how dated this was back in 2011. Why Obama can't play the populist. The value of Keynes' 999 tax plan. That was back from the 2012 election. So this is back, we're talking 15 years ago, the China bubble. We're counting on China's growth to save the world unless its economy blows up first. Well, guess what? This has been happening. We've seen this for years. For years. It's going to happen at some point. China's going to collapse. But guess what? They have all the manufacturing. They're making bullet trains. They're making all the stuff we're doing this on. They're making the TVs. They're making the laptops. They're making the computers. They can just jump over the Taiwan Straits. And now they have control of all these semiconductors. So with this whole stuff, when you see all this bait click on YouTube, this is not new. This has been on for quite some time. And this is something that our ruling class has done to us, unfortunately. Okay, because we don't have moral people ruling us. And that's sad. There's always going to be a ruling class. But there's a difference when we have a moral people versus an immoral people. So, yeah, it's quite a 250, guys. It's quite a 250, folks. And by the way, we're going to go over some of these 250 trains coming out because some of these are really cool. But, yeah, it's quite the doozy. Again, you can read that over there. I don't have to go ahead into this, but yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all, but this is where we're at, guys. This is where we're at. Hey, maybe good news. Looks like Iran got a new a good news for Iran. Not that I care who they have as their leader or whatever. Okay, so we blew up the 86-year-old geriatric boomer and his family. Whoop-de-doo. Congratulations. Like it's boomer wars. They're just it's one leader of a country's boomer getting our boomer to go ahead and blow up another country's boomer. That literally happened within the last week. One country's boomer got our boomer to go ahead and blow up another boomer. This is rule and war by boomers. It's a Holden Blood Feast meme. But it seems like we got a new Ayatollah. It's Sam Haidullah. Here we go. Can't keep getting away with it. But anyway, that's something funny to at least break open, because this is not funny. U.S. teens ordered to sign up to military within days of turning 18 as Iran attack sparks World War III fears. Yeah, 18 to 25. Look, we've had enough scares, and the whole thing with Venezuela also was kind of a jump scare. But this is for real now. Again, you guys, the big picture. What's the plan? The plan is get to the other side of this. This is not your monkeys, not your circus. Not your patriotic duty to go and die for greatest ally. Just isn't. It's not. Whatever you got to do. Your patriotic duty is here in America. That's what it is. Okay? And with everything going on, because who knows, there's stuff going on the home front too. Just coming back over here. But if we really want to make this of what this is, again, it's impractical to fix this. Okay? Here, let's just real quick just to go ahead through this here. It's better if I just read what I wrote. There you go. It's impractical to fix the uniparty Holden Blood Feast regime. Realize that our country's destiny and children are for sale and will be sacrificed. Separate from it, let it croak, get to the other side of this. By God, we will rebuild America and have our home again. That's the plan. That's it. Whatever you guys are doing in your neck of the woods, stick with that. That's what you got to do. That's how we get past this. Alrighty. And again, this is meanwhile, when we try to do build anything in this country, airport shuttle 2.2 mile train route, $3.34 billion, $880 million over budget, and 3 years late. Sensing a pattern, yeah. This is what happens. Particularly in California, but this is what's happening all over the country. $3.34 billion. Even worse, this is now overtaken the Q Avenue subway. This is not for a mass transit system. This is for an airport shuttle that's now going to be opening later in 2026. But don't worry, folks. With all the people coming in here who knows if the World Cup is still happening? I'm pretty sure there's going to be a couple of Formula One races on the calendar that may be canceled, but it seems like the World Cup may still be happening. And with all those people coming in, the FTA is going to make sure that we have the capabilities and the infrastructure to make sure people get to the games. Which is why they're getting a paltry $100 million for World Cup public transit. This wouldn't even pay for a mile of this. $100 million wouldn't even pay for a mile of this. This is administrative cost, if anything. Not even. Human resource costs, I guess? I don't know. This is not going to pay for anything. 11 cities host to receive reallocated funds for soccer tournament. Yeah. Not going to do much. It's not going to do much. This is how bad we are. What is California high-speed rail's plan to shave an extra $2 billion off Central Valley's price tag? Guys, this is the economic death spiral. I mean, at least we'll see California fall first at this point. Again, sad to see it, but it's happening. This is never going to happen. It's unfortunate, it's sad, but this is not happening. We're not going to see a California high-speed rail. The economy is going to go to complete utter shit before this even happens. Before they even start getting rails going. It's pretty terrible. And what they're doing, well, they're stopping a whole plan to go ahead and build a tunnel. They're just going to build a whole big outbound route to go. So it's kind of silly what they're doing. But again, here, high speed concrete. This is December 29, 2025. 10 years. 10 years after they started this, and this is where they're at. This is where they're at. It's and again, speaking of leaders in charge, high-speed rail CEO on leave after news of arrest on suspicion of domestic battery. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into the details of this one, but Ayan Chaudhry. Yeah, during a news conference in Wasco in Kern County, February 3rd, the day before Chaudhry's arrest. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into this again. I'm trying to get through these articles on time so you guys can chime on in. I can feel you guys right there in the comments. 7 in the audience waiting. It's a lot. It's a lot happening here. How much does oil hurt the economy? A lot. A lot, Adam. Because again, we're all that stuff that's moving in. On trains and on trucks all over the country, whether it's your food, every sorts of material that are moving around. It's all based on oil. It's all powered by oil. We don't have any more electric infrastructure inbound here in country to be able to move all that. We don't have as much oil production here to be able to move all that. Okay? And things are getting worse on the road. Where was that one? Maybe did I have that one video here or not? No. I'm skipping that one video of the two trucks about to kill each other on the road from road rage. Yeah, it's getting worse on the road. Production, energy, all that sort of stuff. And the US dollar is basically based off of two things, because it's not based on gold. Okay? It's based on full faith and credit of the Federal Reserve. And the Federal Reserve is basically based out of thin air, based out of nothing. Okay? We're not going to get too much into the Federal Reserve, but the whole power of the Federal Reserve is based on the petrodollar, the oil economy, and the US military. Right now, engaged in mortal combat in the Persian Gulf. So that's why Iran is doing what they're doing, because they know what's going to hurt the U.S. economy. It's by embarrassing the U.S. military, which is it's already happening now. They're doing as much as they can. If you look on Fox News, it's a complete 9-day difference to what's actually happening on the ground in reality to what's happening in the heads of people who watch Fox News. It's unfortunately not that. It's it's sad that it shouldn't be happening like this in this country. If we really wanted to, completely blow out Iran, we could have done it years ago. Without using nuclear weapons, because the minute that happens, all bets are off. Nobody wants to do that. Well, except for maybe one certain country, but that's a whole different story. But yeah, the whole economy is based on the full faith and credit of the United States military and keeping up oil. And if that doesn't happen, we can't even build anything here anymore. More or less, this whole for Micron to build a chip plant here in Syracuse, New York, and by here I mean here in America, you had a whole bunch of NIMBYs go ahead and basically shut it down. Can't even make it. 50,000 jobs gone. Not happening. Not happening. Again, there's the people in charge, not good people. Okay, let's get back to trains over here, because we have a whole lot to cover on trains. Again, this is the whole economy over here, and there's a lot to learn from this, because this is all interconnected here. So some news on Amtrak. Ends plans for new bi-level cars. Okay, everybody's been talking about this. Now I know the bi-level cars are nostalgic, they're fun to go on and everything, and I get it, and I wish they could make it. But you want to know the reality of why they're not making it? Because we don't have the money, and it's not standard equipment, can't be pulled everywhere, and it's harder to maintain. It all comes down to the money. We could have bi-level cars. Could be able to do it. I know people are throwing out that it's for ADA compliance and all that sort of stuff, and can't be able to build an elevator to get somebody in a wheelchair up. Hey, yeah, that all goes down into cost. Don't have the money. Can't do it. Simple as that. So, and the thing is that they really have to go ahead and build this quick. Again, no bi-level car shell designs exist. Don't have it. No factory exists to build bi-level cars. Elevators are a bad idea. Yeah, we don't have the manufacturing capability. It's too costly, too expensive. Can't do it. That's why we can't have nice things. And Amtrak has to go ahead and order these as quickly as possible because practically the money that will be going ahead to build the new superliners that are not going to be bi-level cars could practically be flying at Mach 2 into Iran. So they got to do it. And they got to do it now, like before the money disappears. Okay. Again, it's don't have the money. I ain't got no cash, man. That's it. And just having a little fun in the comments over here. This is retarded. Just fly like a normal person. I am retarded. Sorry to hear, bro. That's there you go. That's how you have to be. That's how you have to be. Long court battle could add more than $1 billion to the cost of the Hudson Tunnel. Again, the reason why we can't have nice things anymore. Okay. Again, the Hudson Tunnel has been going on since the end of Hurricane Sandy. Yeah, remember when that happened? Back in 2012? Remember when? Okay? 13 years ago, nearly? Can't even build it. Can't even. 6-month delay to the project could add $720 to $1.34 billion because of withholding the funds. Yeah, that's again, this is not the priority. This is the priority over here is to go ahead and start this. Yeah, that's what's happening, folks. It's this is absolutely just it's disgusting. It really is. A little bit of some good news. Opposition to the UP-NS merger grows during the pause. Okay, this was from last week, but yeah, this is going to be happening now because it's opening up at least the door to get some preparation to defeat this into the STB board. I don't know to how much. Again, Jim Vena's in the ear of Trump, so he may just have this happen, and there's really no way about it. But at least there's a fight. There's at least a fight. There's a chance. Okay, so it's not 99% that this is happening. There's at least 2% chance that this is not happening. Okay. The current CSX CEO is now complaining that flat industrial results holding back railroad freight growth. Oh, you mean all these articles that we went over about the destruction of America's manufacturing capabilities over here? You know, where all that stuff moves along that we don't make stuff anymore. All that stuff that we used to make before and now we don't. All that stuff we can't make now. All that stuff. Yeah. That's what happens. And if we can't manufacture, we don't have trains. Simple as that. We can't even make the damn trains. There you are. No factory exists to build bi-level cars. The welding machines needed to build rail cars are complex and fill a building. It will take years just to build the needed building and welding machine. Now, we have the cash, but the cash is getting blown up. It's practically getting blown up. Can't make it. The last manufacturer to agree to build a bi-level car, Nippon Sharyo, was unable to meet the specifications and went bankrupt. Yeah, I guess the U.S. part, because the Japanese counterpart is still alive, and Japan has bi-level Shinkansens. Yeah, they have bi-level high-speed rail. We don't even have regular high-speed rail. We have Brightline, but I mean, it's 125 miles an hour. But again, we're not going 200 or nearly 200. Oh man, guys, yeah, I told you this is gonna be a doozy. But yeah, flat industrial flat industrial results holding back railroad freight growth. Yeah. It's what it is, guys. And then funny enough, it just, again, this is economic death spiral. New Berkshire CEO, BNSF needs to improve its profitability. Yeah, because Warren Buffett finally abdicated his throne. Berkshire Hathaway. But the new CEO now saying, oh, we need to build up. Oh, gee, I wonder how they're going to boost their profitability. How are they going to close the operating ratio gap with other class 1 railroads? I'm pretty sure, I suspect there's going to be precision scheduled railroading. More of the same. More of the same of passing over any sort of actual practices to go ahead and make sure your trains are running on time, make sure that the equipment is on, any sort of maintenance, any sort of inspections, you know, the type of stuff that doesn't to prevent another East Palestine, or as Norfolk Southern calls it, the Eastern Ohio incident, the event that happened. Yeah, that. It's not good. Let me see. Industrial product segment volume declined 4.6%, largely due to declines in shipments of construction products, plastics, and petroleum products. Yeah. If you don't have stuff, you can't move stuff. If you don't make stuff, you can't move stuff. That's what's leading to the decline here. All right. I'm done with the bad stuff, guys. We're done with the bad stuff. We're gonna see some cool stuff again. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Never mind. Let's hold on. Let me finish this. Last point here. I had that I had that backwards. Hold on. Here, yeah. BNSF needs to improve profitability. Remember a couple months ago when the former CSX CEO says the railroad has struggled to grow due to the fixation on profit margins? Yeah. Instead of actually using capital expenditure to go ahead and improve the railroads, trying to improve manufacturing and, you know, helping the actual real economy, not the speculation economy, not the money economy, but actual, if you can't build things, you're not making things, it's not a real economy. And that's it. Doesn't matter how much Wall Street wants to go ahead and ring a bell and get all excited and move around, shuffle money. It's not a real economy. They're literally zeros and ones on a board, on a database somewhere. They can change anytime. In fact, I mean, they do this often. There was already now a scam on Bitcoin with a investing house that went ahead and was just going ahead and controlling the price, and they would go ahead and dump the price like at 10 o'clock on every other day. And the minute that this investing house was shut down, it stopped happening. So yeah, that's the economy there. All right, 5 minutes left. Let's get through some fun stuff. Canada National introduces 2 America 250 locomotives. Canada has been broken after what happened during the Olympics, so now they're unveiling all the good stuff for America. I mean, look, a lot of their freight railroads go through America too, so I mean, they're technically Canadian and American companies, but anyway, I digress. Canadian National today unveiled 2 locomotives to launch in celebration of the 250th anniversary of American independence, saying the units represent the dual pillars of the American story, independence and innovation. If only we had independence from certain foreign country, and only if we were able to innovate again. But hey, okay, I promise I said no more bad stuff. But let's get into it. So these are pretty cool designs, especially the Screaming Eagle one. That is really cool. Okay, the other ones, the other one's all right. Inspired by Air Force One, it's all right, but it's kind of ruined by the big CN over there. We want to see the big eagle. We want to see. Hold on, we have the exact one for this. There we go. That's what we want. That's what we want. There we go. But they weren't the first Class 1 to do it. CPKC becomes the first Class 1 to unveil America 250 locomotive. This was the day before. This one's okay. This is okay. It's a big giant red thing, and they just pasted on the 250 on there and said, yeah, okay. I know. I mean, it's good. It's cool. I'm glad that the Class 1s and all the Class 2s and Class 3s are all doing it. So finally, it's finally good to see the big guys doing it. But I mean, CPKC. I mean, come on, you could have done a little bit better. I mean, it's cool. You got the 1776. You got the Declaration, the first line of the Declaration on there. Okay, we got it. It is cool. There we are. July 4th, 1776. 250, guys. 250. Here we are. The American Freedom Train Here we are. Completed a 2-day steam test on American Freedom Train number 250 with the Federal Railroad Administration inspector noting no issues during the test February 26th, 27th. So the steam engines are getting into it too as well. There you are. Yeah. This is pretty cool, guys. So I mean, we're glad to be seeing this. I'm glad. I'm glad there's at least it's a little bit of respite in the bad news cycle, right? We can't be too much into it. We got to look at what's going on too. All right, what else we got here? Yeah, simple design, but the red transition into the stripe was smart. Yeah, that was pretty cool. All right, let's see if this if X would load. This is pretty cool. It's the Reading and Northern Railroad. There we are. Just let's put this full screen over here because this is really cool. There we go. Look at that. By the way, whoever's running the TikTok account for Reading and Northern, fantastic shot. Fantastic shot. Simple, beautiful cinematography. You're seeing the steam and the smoke and everything out there, the snow. Beautiful shot, beautiful angle, unbelievable. There we are. You can still see some beautiful things again. There we go. All right. There we go. Oh, let's see it go. There you are, guys. Thought you all would enjoy that. You just love to see it. There we go. That's at least something cool. There you go. Alrighty. So yeah, that was super aesthetic. Okay, and then here's a bit of a joke. It's not just planes, trains and automobiles. Speaking of planes, let's go ahead and put this back on here. Yeah, American. We have the Freedom plane. Also, taking off real soon in Kansas City, Missouri, March 6th and March 22nd. Flying on board the official engraving of the Declaration of Independence, the Treaty of Paris, George Washington's Oath of Allegiance, the secret printing of the Constitution, and more. So there you go. No, not the actual Constitution. People were freaking out. I was like, are you taking the actual Declaration of Independence and the Constitution? No, just the original engraving of the Declaration of Independence, not the actual Declaration of Independence, okay? Look, we all saw National Treasure. The thing's pretty delicate. We get it, okay? You don't want to be moving that around all over the place. So, we'll see some cool stuff for sure. So let's see where this goes. And you guys can see that as well. Again, we're the American Rail Club, but I mean, look, it is pretty cool to see. Okay. So we're okay, there we go. All right, there we go. Freedom Plane for map. I can't even move the dot. Let's go ahead and put this full screen again. Yeah, it's going to Miami. There you go. So we're going from, let's see, where do we start? From Kansas City, Missouri, to Atlanta, Georgia, to Los Angeles, to Houston, Texas, to Denver, Colorado, to Miami, to Dearborn, Michigan, and last stop in Seattle, Washington. So there you go, guys. So you may have a chance, especially for all of us, all our team over in Miami. You guys have a chance to see it. So there you go. All right, so definitely get a chance to go ahead and see when is that happening. June 20th to July 5th at the History of Miami Museum. There you go. It's going to be there on July 4th. There you go. Now, I mean, with things going on right now, and the, sort of the warnings out there, I don't know. It's kind of sad to be like, thinking about, like, do I want to go there on, the 4th of July in Miami, where the president likes to hang out a lot, where the son of the greatest allies, prime minister, likes to hang out a lot, where a lot of people like to hang out now for some reason now, in 2026 in Miami on the 4th of July during World War III. I don't know. Okay. It's there June 20th, so go see it not on the 4th of July. Go see it not on the 4th of July in Miami, okay? Because I know who's thinking of going to go see it. Don't do it on the 4th of July. If you're going to spend the 4th of July, not anywhere too important, okay? Just be safe out there with everything going on, guys. All right. We're gonna end it there, but yeah, this is look, at least let's see that again, because this was just super cool. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, let's let that bring us into our chat. We're done. Alrighty. But before we begin the chat, let's go ahead and look at the YouTube comments first. Let me go ahead and put this right back. Second here. Alrighty. That was cool. There we go. Alright. And let's mute this. I mean, we all love hearing the steam, hearing the whistles, hearing. Yeah, there we go. Okay, guys, I'm tired today. If it sounds like I had a stroke today, it's because it's been a long day. It's been a long week. It's what it is, but I'm trying to make sure that everybody is at least getting everything here. So, alrighty. Real quick, let's look at chat over here. Some questions don't have answers. Some answers aren't worth knowing. Yeah, it is. Says, when did some American cities become a PvP server? Yeah, they've been a PvP server for a long time, especially since 1970. What's a PvP server player for? That David Jackson, you're showing your age there. But I get it. It looks like A2R Gaming got him. Yeah, it's a player versus player server. It's the Wildy. I'm showing my age now. That was a RuneScape reference. Iran's Scorched Earth strategy won't last. I don't know. It's right now a war of attrition. Whose missiles are gonna last? And we're definitely running out. I don't know. I mean, these guys have had like 30 years to go ahead and build a stockpile of stuff. They freaked the hell out of Israel during that incursion, 12-day missile flinging, ship flinging incursion in June. So who knows? It's not good. Hope there's a better way to slow down the economy and not stop it from collapsing. That should have been the priority. Not whatever Netanyahu wanted. That's not the priority. How much soil hurt? Yeah, we already went to that. Why would you be doomed in Oregon? Why would you be doomed in Oregon? I wonder what was that in reference to. I don't know. Don't know. Let me see. Union Pacific. I deleted it because I don't want to get a warning. Okay. A whole lot of messages over here Union Pacific had that got deleted. I'm not quite sure what he's referencing to, but okay. Yeah, guys, you're not gonna get a warning. We're not gonna look. Say what you want in the comments, unless you're retarded. I'm not gonna go ahead. I'll just say you're retarded, but leave your comment on there. If you get too pushy or start drama where drama doesn't need to be, then I'll kick you out. But if you're not causing any drama, you're fine. Say what you need to say. Don't worry. What can we build that is not made from oil? What can we build? A lot. We can build a lot, but unfortunately, look, we have a lot of corn products too, and a lot of that is plastics and oil. That's all petroleum products. So a lot of it is dependent. The plastics industry is dependent on oil or dependent on corn. Even the corn industry is dependent on oil because you need to get the equipment and seeds there. You need to fuel the equipment. All those John Deeres are not running on electricity. They're not running on magic. They're running on gas and diesel. But you know what I mean. They're running on oil. So the whole economy is being run on oil. Even to get all the raw materials. Okay? To go into mines, to go ahead and mine materials. All those, all oil. Diesel engines. Okay? Workhead Cummins, all those excavators, those mining excavators, massive vehicles. Okay? Not like the size of 6-story buildings. Okay, so massive that the drivetrain for them, it's giant electric motors. They're basically like EMDs. They're moving EMDs. Okay, and it's like a 5-story truck. They're insane. But yeah, diesel engines, oil. Yet the whole economy is running on oil, and we don't make enough of our own here. We don't have an alternative to supplant it. But yeah, that's where we're at. Not supplant it. What's the word again? It's been a long day. It's been a long week, guys, and it's only Wednesday. It is Wednesday, my dudes. Where is speaking of where's do I have that do I have that sound? Where's the little frog? No, I don't have him. Okay. Yeah. Somebody will play it is Wednesday, my dude, somewhere. Put Amtrak cars on Discord. Let me see. Bi-level cars serve only 4.5 million people in long distance out of Amtrak's 34.5 million riders. Yeah, again, cost benefit analysis, the single level cars make more sense. There's no need for the bi-level cars when you're strapped for cash. It's unfortunate, it's sad. Wish we could have the nice things, but we don't. Oil in the product or oil used to help to make the products? Yeah, both. There's really nothing we can do. And A2R Gaming, as I said, plastics, oil-based paints, oil power plants producing electricity for the factory. Oil is used more than most would want to admit. Yeah, it is the economy. Oh yes, France does have my bad. There you go. Star Force is correct. France also has bi-level high-speed trains. There you go. Foreign bi-levels don't have elevators. Yeah, because they don't have as many ADA laws in there. But hey, it's what it is. But yeah, okay, guys. That's the comments there. Let's bring everybody on here. I am done speaking. You guys can jump on in here.
Good evening, Dimitri.
We have
Speaking of that, it's
Good
being
evening.
that
All right, hold on.
Trucker. Done, Trucker. Can I?
Oh man.
Oh, come on.
Ano ba yan? May sauce wasn't.
I sent it Wednesday, my dude, team from Instagram.
Okay, hold
With
on.
the
Here
frog.
we gotta. Here you are. We gotta bring him. There you go. Thank you, David.
Here we go.
And
I
thank
see
you,
that.
Dump Trucker,
Thank you,
for
Podline.
the musical performance. Yeah, we forgot about that song.
Here
There we are.
I mean, I will say, I think Iran has said enough. Death to you, death to America. They've said enough of it.
Yeah, I will.
And now their whole 88 member council is dead. So
Yeah, but how many times have you had people say, I want to kill you, or on the school playground or wherever else or
Yeah.
whatever? I mean, who cares? There's a lot of people that want to kill you or whatever. It's like I'm going to
but
go ahead and bomb the shit out of
I
them.
think Iran took it a little more serious.
They were all the
Dimitri,
way over there.
I,
But it's again,
also,
I get it, but
I did put the 9 train map on
also,
Discord.
Dimitri, look at the funny photo I just sent in the live
all
chat.
right. Is
It's-
Brightline fan?
but,
What is Brightline fan?
And I
playing here?
said something just above him too.
Yeah, look.
Oh man. All right.
World of Roleplay. I just annexed the entire nation of the United States.
Oh man. Oh no.
Okay, I hit it back.
Not the cursed orb. No, don't do it.
I
Okay.
just did. Not only that, I just annexed the entire continent of North of the Americas,
Okay.
which is crazy.
Okay, that's certainly not Hearts of Iron there. It's like Roblox Hearts of Iron over here.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, you guys go bad the next time.
Okay, let's see the Babylon Bee here. Give me just a second here.
Also, look at it.
All right. To save time, I ran a point supreme leader who was already dead. Oh man. Oh, Jeff done Oh man. Okay, somebody's got. Hold on. Somebody's got. It's Brightline fan. You got the feedback going on, man. You got to shut that off.
Yeah,
Hold on.
Yeah.
I can hit it back with music if it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Also,
There we go.
Dimitri.
All right. I'm gonna say this. Oh, I just lost it. Oh yeah. I was arguing with some Iran dude, I guess, on X, and I was like, "Hey, what happened to your 88 member council?" Oh yeah, they're dead.
Yeah, I don't think that look, if they haven't already, Iran, the Iranian citizens are obviously not going to revolt.
No, they're actually happy. They're happy this is happening.
Yeah, but there's a whole lot. Look, when you see the people who are happy, it's like 100 or 200 of them versus like thousands on the street mourning. And this is not Iraq. This is not Syria. This is
The people
completely
that are
different.
mourning are the liberals who are just mad that Trump's doing something that Biden never did.
Yeah, I get. Look,
You got
a point.
I didn't give a shit about the Ayatollah
that country
before or
that
after. Again,
the
not
people,
my
I
monkeys,
just
not
say
my
the
circus.
people of Iran are happy. They're happy that their evil regime is about over.
But have you considered dumping pellets of money out of the back of a plane?
I know. I heard about Obama is going to be in some trouble for that.
Oh, speaking of that, Dimitri, I sent them more memes and some more unhinged memes.
Oh.
Alrighty, hold on. Let's see
Oh,
what.
wow.
Let's see what's put
So
over
horrible. I
here.
mean,
Night Train map in 2026 back on track. EU European network to promote cross-border night trains. I put that on.
I also have I have
Yeah, I
a
didn't put
YouTube
it down.
video. If you watch
But-
the "Call Me Baby" parody, I wouldn't play it on the live stream though.
No, I haven't. Oh wow, dang, that is a lot. That's a lot of night trains that Europe has.
Yep.
There
There's
you
a lot
go.
more than what
Something
we
that
have
we
here.
used to have in the United States. But let's see compared to
I
the.
think our night train
I
on
mean,
these
we still
corridors.
have
Here,
them.
hold on,
They're
that,
just a lot rarer.
Where's our night train map? Hold on. Compared to the U.S. Yeah, we don't. Do we have a map of American night trains? Because we don't even have this. This is even like already Trump's already. Speaking of, this
The
already
night
Trump's.
trains are the
Night tracks.
overnight trains. That's what those are.
Yeah, Nightjet I've heard of. Let's see, nightjet.com. Yeah, again, this is what what we used to have stuff like this in the United States, but we don't, and it's sad and it sucks.
And if you look really closely, nobody wants to go to Spain for some reason.
Oh, Dimitri.
What? But that's right.
Or
Spain has
Bosnia.
Spain has a different network.
Dimitri,
Yeah, Bosnia,
look at all the memes.
you gotta watch where you're stepping there in Bosnia, because again, whatever. They have a whole lot of souvenirs from the 90s that are sitting around, and some of them can just can blow up at any time.
And
There's
Dimitri,
and let's not forget, Spain has a different gauge.
Yeah, it's the Iberian gauge.
yeah.
Dimitri,
Look
look at
apart
some
from
of the
high speed rail, but yeah, they're all the rest of their trains are all Iberian gauge. So yeah, the only way you can connect into Spain from any of the other countries is via high speed rail, which is kind of why they pushed so hard in the 90s to push and build that real quickly. All right, what is it, David? Okay, trans virgin women are women. Oh man. We're getting this stream is getting shut down for sure by YouTube, but who cares anyway?
Oh
There
my
we go.
God.
That's
Put F's in chat.
Hold on,
for-
Rob, look at-
F's
look
in
at the
chat
other
for
memes I sent.
for the algorithm over here. Okay.
Here, let
But
me see if I can find one for the United
Roll
States.
to look at the other memes I sent. Because
Oh, man. What incarnation is this? This is the worst cancer I've ever seen. This is what
What?
and there one more above that. It was above your post. It's a t-shirt. Look at it. Like
All right, let's see.
literally.
Not even a
scroll-
full
it-
week has gone by. Oh man.
Gotta catch them all.
Goodness gracious.
This is why we cannot have nice things.
Yeah.
But let me be honest, the forbidden ball, like the forbidden ball the geese were messing with, that a funny one, wasn't it?
Yeah. There we are. Hold on, wait, where's the sound? There we are.
The N-word. You know what the N-word is? It's, no. It's the nuclear word.
There we are. Okay.
Twice in one stream.
Also read this right here.
Yeah, that
This is
one
funny.
I've seen. Yeah, that's been used a couple of times already. That's pretty funny. Alrighty, guys.
But-
what
but I-
news do we want to
one.
share? Let's go back to trains. So let's get back
I
on
got the
track.
short line. I got the
I
short
think I got one.
line.
All right,
I
hold-
got
hold
them
on.
short line.
Okay, let's
News.
go Adam
Time.
first because Adam doesn't get to go first all the time here. Adam, what do you got?
Well, by now I'm just posting especially night trains from the United States. But now it's just coming up, so I'm just comparing
Okay,
to
there
see
we
what
go.
the network is gonna be like. But I don't think it's gonna be that big.
All right, here we go. Now
And
we can.
also, the part British is still working on.
There you go. Okay, there we have a map now. Okay, here's a map of America. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit better here. Zoom into the page, not into the map. There we go. All right, yeah, there's a map of this is basically North America because this is going into Canada as well. The night trains you can take in.
Yeah, you can zoom in,
Yeah, there we are. So we can zoom in over here. So yeah, this is
so you can see the network and what is night and what is not.
okay. Let me see. Where's the map key? I'm pretty sure it's the purple. Is night, right? Also the auto train. The auto train does run at night too. I've been on that one. Okay.
That is an
Kind of
exception.
depends, I guess. I think don't they have a nighttime NEC train?
Yeah,
I think so.
they do. I mean, the Silver Meteor and Silver Star. I mean, they
Regional?
technically do run overnight. So I mean, if you're getting from Miami to
Or like a
Orlando,
regional overnight.
Sorry, does like
once
Just one that
Florida
makes
over
like
to New York,
during overnight
Miami to
now.
Orlando.
Well, if
One
you
at
look
a
at the
time,
look with
people.
Night Train Zero, do they have one like once an hour? No, probably one frequent than that.
Yeah, that's kind of the issue with Amtrak is that there's not enough frequency or consistency when it comes to most of the routes outside of the Northeast Corridor or some parts of the Midwest to really be able to support a night train network. And it seems like my Brave browser is about dead. It's dead by death by
That's also the
attempts.
trouble with that. You have
Maybe
to remember,
Florida's-
people
Florida's
generally do
session?
sleep at night in America. Most of America, people sleep at night. In Europe, people don't.
I think there's
Pick up
exceptions,
Some
but
Silver Rail news from the North Carolina and Virginia Railway.
maybe one get one see at
All
night.
right,
one
hold
see in
on.
the
Let me
morning.
restore the pages here, guys. This thing is running out of RAM. Another component that has become way too
A
expensive.
RAM
in
shortage. You
2026.
just have to settle. You kind of have to deal with get what you get, don't throw a fit kind of situation.
Hope that
Yeah,
AI
I mean, I
bubble
upgraded
pop.
this from 8 gigabytes to 16 gigabytes years ago, and I've had like in my cart for the last 10 years a 32 gigabyte DDR4, but that never got the chance to be able to. Now that's never gonna happen now. So, oh well.
Don't
Well, it
worry,
could
you only
happen.
need one
It could.
kidney to live.
I hope the AI bubble pop, but I got some railroad news from the North Carolina and Virginia Railway. If you want to read this article, because it is good news
All
right
right.
here. It's a
That's good.
We'll read that. Yeah, thank you for giving that, Adam. All right, let's go ahead and look at some news that David had. All right. By the way, guys,
What's
just
the
keeping
good
track of
news?
time over here. It is 9:26. Let's see if we can try to bring this train to a halt at 9:45. So,
If the brakes push.
all right.
Basically on last.
G&W's again, I'm saying 9:45 with the inclination that it may last till 10 o'clock. But all right, G&W's North Carolina, Virginia to serve new steel manufacturing plants in North Carolina. There you go. That's something. That's something. Genesee and Wyoming's North Carolina Virginia Railroad will service a new specialty steel manufacturing facility in Coalfield, North Carolina. The company announced today. There we go. That's something, guys. Here we are.
You know what's crazy? That rail line used to connect over the, over the river that cut that one area off, but, they abandoned that area a long time ago, but there was a super long rail bridge from Monkey Eyes, North Carolina, that crossed over onto the other side of,
I'm
river.
sorry, did you say monkey eyes? What?
It Mackey.
Okay.
It's a small town, and there used to have been a railroad bridge that crossed right there and went all the way to the other side to another town called Colony County, North Carolina.
Okay.
You used to have it was a coastal rail route, let me be honest, a Tennessee coastal rail routes got screwed over back in the 1970s. Between the 50s and 70s, a lot of coastal routes, like the Charleston sub, that old abandoned rail line that went from Charleston to Savannah, that was a victim, and the Charleston sub.
The trouble, the reason, David, the reason that they're gone now is because the government was kind of wanting to take all the coastal land so it could preserve it. Well, preserve it. And I guess train tracks were obstructing that.
No, not quite. That line was not obstruction. That was the problem. That line was not the problem. The trucking company, like a Tennessee rail lines, and I'm going to bring it up. A lot of people don't even do the history about this, and I always say this. Trucking companies and the airlines are super hella dirty. And I'll bring it up. What happened up in Vermont back in the 1990s? And they're doing it again with what I talked about before in live stream. They literally lobby again to try to put bills in to try to stop trucking. Or not trucking, but railroading, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah,
And
that's their business. But yeah, it's
a lot of the trucking companies, they don't want the railroad competition. They don't want the competition from the railroad. Because railroads are super effective.
And here's the thing: is that the railroads have shot themselves in the foot multiple times, particularly the Class 1 railroads, because when they do something like precision scheduled railroading, it makes the service worse. So there's going to be less people that are going to be dependent and saying, well, if I need to get my widgets or WooSats or my supplies between point A to point B, if, let's say, Norfolk Southern keeps screwing up and they keep crashing the trains, or they keep charging me a whole lot and it keeps getting there late because they're worried about their operating revenue rather than their actual customer satisfaction and actually providing a service, then I'm going to go ahead and put it on trucks. And then what happens?
You mean
loads up the
Penn
roads.
Central, right?
Yeah, that's what happens.
It's Penn. They're doing the Penn Central. Is what they're doing.
Yeah.
Well, they're selling out their future for their next quarter.
Not just that, but I do want to bring the other thing up too. Not just the other team, but a lot of short line railroad and regional get screwed over because sometimes trucking companies got enough power where they can sway the government in the area, or like, you know, mayors and, senators to put bills and law in that screw over railroads.
Oh yeah, I mean, look at what happened to what we heard about Cold Fusion. Apparently, again, it was looks like it was the Epstein, literally Epstein, and the Epstein class through congressional defunding. So lobbying, that is a form of lobbying to go ahead and kill that. So I mean, yeah, this sorts of thing happens. We've seen it.
Guess what? The people who would do that, two of them didn't even win their primaries at all.
Yeah.
It
looks like things are changing. At least there were some. Dan Crenshaw, Eye Patch John McCain got primary yesterday.
Al Green and Jasmine Crockett lost their primaries.
Yeah. So there's at least at least some sort of hope. Again, it's going to be local and it's going to be gubernatorial. Okay, the federal government, forget it. We've been there, done that for years. Just give up on the federal government. There's not going to be any way or hope, shape, or form to go ahead and fix the federal government. That's not happening. What's the solution?
Just remember,
it's
the scariest quote to ever hear from the government is,
there you go.
Hi, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
Yeah. I just want an excuse to use that soundbite.
That just means they're going to screw you over.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to answer Adam Buser's question from earlier, I hope there's a way to slow down the economy and to stop it from collapsing. Good news, there is a way, but the best case scenario, you have 50 people in both houses of Congress at best trying to do what they can to stop it from collapsing, but 50 people at best out of 438 members of Congress? That's not going to do anything.
Oh yeah, and
you need at least 200 people in just the House alone.
Yeah, and what you have to do is a very delicate balance. Very delicate balance that you cannot, not even 1 pound mess up.
It just seems like that. There's no political solution. There you go. I just wanted to use it again.
What?
Alrighty. Okay, guys. Let's hold on. Let's go back on this because this is good news here. What David's article here, because I want to point out something. Look at this. Once operational, the $785 million plant for U.S. forged rings. By the way, that's cost less than Northwestern Stadium that they're building. That's insane that a university is spending $826 million on a freaking stadium. That is insane.
Is it for college games?
Yes, it's for college games.
You cannot disrespect the sports ball.
My friend.
Sports ball is a big thing.
But I mean, $826 billion? Really?
I mean, it's very fancy sports ball games.
Come on.
But Dimitri,
I'm just going to tell you this: that if they're going to be I think they're giving early signs that they're trying to be good. They want to hire a good coach. But
Oh, okay. I mean, $826 million stadium coach. I guess
I
so.
I cannot wait their first game and nobody's there.
Yeah. By the way, I wonder how many tuitions a year that would pay for Northwestern University. But anyway, I digress. All right, back to this. This is
At
All right.
least 50 years.
Yeah.
At least 50
Oh yeah,
years.
at least. Okay, this is important over here. The $785 million plan for U.S. forged rings will manufacture forged rings, tubular components, and large-scale steel fabrications for use in construction, power generation, oil and gas, defense, and aerospace industries nationwide. It's expected to bring more than 600 jobs to the area. That's how you fix the economy. You want to rebuild our railroads. You want to build our economy. Start rebuilding the industrial base. That's what we have to do. We want to see more of this. It's happening, but not as much as it's happening. And unfortunately, it seems like there's more disappearing rather than coming over here. Any sort of good news is good news, but this is at least great. This is good.
That's what, $1.2 million per job created.
Yeah.
Let me just double check, but that's about right.
Dimitri, I do
785
want to
divided by
say
600. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
I do want to say too, a ton of trucking companies, because of it, are probably going to try to find sneaky ways to try to get into the Senate and like local mayor and government to try to stop it from happening. Because look, a ton of small railroads, like there were a ton of small railroads back in the 1970s and 80s that got screwed over because of the big trucking companies in the area. Like not big, like cross-country trucking companies, but like from big local, big state truck companies who have monopolies in local areas, have literally lobbied against and convincing mayor to make laws and draconian laws to screw over, customers where they couldn't even haul by freight. Like here in Charleston, like Johns Island and West Ashley, and I'm going to bring up them two areas. There were a packing set, like multiple packing sets that were served by rail until 1982. There were a lot of industrial area in West Ashley, South Carolina, that was served by rail. What happened is, back in the 70s, a lot of the trucking companies, when they were still small in our area, had connected to the mayors and stuff in West Ashley and Johns Island. They convinced him to put bills in that screwed over the railroads where they had to, or technically not the railroad, but the customer, where they would get attacked to death for using rail instead of trucking.
Yeah, that's what happened in the 1940s and 50s, where you had a whole lot of again, these were private companies. The railroads, they were private companies, and they were being taxed more or less to death, upwards of like 80% of the profit, to go ahead and fund, because the trucks don't pay a cent unless it's for tolls, but they're not paying any bit of any cent when it comes to, especially now, interstates. You don't have to pay tolls on a lot of interstates, particularly here, like on this part of Indiana, unless you're northern Indiana on the toll road. But apart from that, they're just going in. They don't have to pay any tax or pay anything to go ahead and build the roads. It's all we're all paying for it. Again, it's privatize the gains and socialize the losses, and we're being pickpocketed to go ahead and support their business.
That, but Dimitri, back in the 1970s and 80s, because here it's other thing, because trucking companies realized in the 70s, 80s, when railroads finally started stabilizing, and when the government started cracking down on the FRA for the crap that they pulled back in from the 20s through the 50s. When they started cracking down on that, the trucking company said, "Oh shit, we can't use that to screw over the railroad anymore." So they went down to the local level and convinced mayors and stuff to go after the customer base, like saying, "Hey, if you use rail, we will tax you more for using the railroad over trucking." That would happen here in South Carolina with a ton of railroads. Like here in Charleston, like for Johns Island, for the packing sets, like what happened was they were getting a 75% tax for using a rail.
Yeah.
And same with the line going through West Ashley with all the businesses. Like, heck, we had a 48 lumber that would be taxed to death. And in 1982, all of them gave up rail and went over to trucking. And then Then they got rezoned and kicked out of the county, and it was all rezoned for housing and all that, and for apartments. So they got screwed over
Yeah,
bad.
definitely another thing that needs to be changing is the zoning, like we talked about last stream, is the zoning laws in the America. Okay, we got 5 minutes left until 9:45 exactly. So
Right.
let's see. Anybody else who wants to chime on in?
Yes, I did post a stuff about the AI digital bus signage.
All right.
Okay,
I'm gonna
let's
check
go ahead and take a
man.
look at that. And then Dump Trucker, you can go ahead, and then we'll go Minor Tree, and then
Yeah.
anybody else who
Well,
wants to speak. So
he can go first. I'm trying to remember now what I'm going to say.
no worries, no worries. All right. So real quick, let's go through this, guys. Okay. So
Last week.
New Jersey Transit. Oh, and another pop-up. Okay, there we go. New Jersey Transit launches AI-powered digital bus stop signs in 5 towns. This is pretty cool. Digital Sign Initiative step in the Transit Tech Lab, a program established by agencies in the New York, New Jersey metropolitan area to bring private sector innovation to public transit by connecting tech companies with transit agencies to pilot new technologies and solve critical transit challenges. Installed 5 signs from infrastructure provider BusPass at locations in Hudson County, 2 in Hoboken. Oh, I know where that is. 2 in Union City. Yep, that's where some of my family lives. And 1 in Jersey City. That's another place where my family lives. The sign features real-time customer information such as arrivals, detours, delays, service alerts, and bus occupancy levels. This is pretty cool. Part of the pilot, the signs are solar
I
powered.
think that can work.
Employ e-paper displays. That takes a lot less power than and they're a lot less finicky than LED displays. Making them ADA compliant. They also include text-to-speech announcement capability, automated safety lighting for improved nighttime visibility. This is pretty cool.
I
there
think
you
that
go.
can work
And
for
it's-
most transit centers.
Now, I don't know what NGT paid for this, but in
I'm saying, can it
reality,
work?
this
Is
should
it-
be this
It's
should be
better than payment schedule.
yeah, this should be a low cost. It should be. I'm pretty sure they spent a hell of a lot more than they needed to for this. But I mean, in reality, this is a low cost, very very efficient solution. I mean, guys, with the thing with the whole lot of AI with like Claude and out there, it's so possible, and I've already been doing in the last couple of weeks to be able to code in a whole bunch of different APIs or a whole bunch of different programs or scripts or software to be able to connect and do something like this. Something you can do like this, a script like in Python to be able to connect with where buses are, depending on their GPS, where their time is right now, where they're running, and all that sort of stuff. You can now vibe code that in like a day or two, and it's pretty crazy. Which is why I'm telling you guys, you got to be able to learn this stuff, and you got to be able to learn to adapt, because the way things are going, you need everything in your arsenal to be able to get through. Because this is this is where things are heading, and I feel bad for the guys who spent 10 years learning to lead code, because they're basically out of a job. I mean, it's scary when you see these things, when you tell them what to do. And if you have any basic programming knowledge, like in Python or C++ or C#, you can see this thing working in the background. It is writing hundreds of lines of code within it's kind of scary. I mean, it's like, oh man, this and it's not bad at all. It's like 99% of the way there. I mean, there's a couple little things to change here and there, but it's there. It's done like 99% of the heavy lifting. It's over for
And
people who code.
the scariest part is this is the worst it's ever going to be.
Yeah,
It only gets better from here.
yeah, that's the scary part. So I mean, like, look, this is what I'm talking about, adaptability. Because earlier we saw this article with the boomer machine shops, okay, going out of business. Nobody wants to work for them because they don't even pay that well. I mean, I know like a whole lot of these guys, they barely pay a little bit above minimum wage. I know their minds are kind of still stuck over in 1982, so they haven't really caught up to a thing called inflation. But yeah, look at this. It's just crazy. Probably 2 to 3 days of Festi setups and dial in. Now fire that off to SES, and Phil's programmer spend 20 minutes tweaking the templates before he sends it off to Brother U500 Fleet's auto queue and moves on. No mess, no fuss, no heroics, and that's it. Yeah, that's the thing, guys. But with the way things are going, you got to be able to adapt really quickly. And I mean, who knows? I mean, at least this is opening up another avenue that we can be able to use when the time comes. Now, it again, the crappy part is all the data centers that need to use all the electricity, which we don't have. And yes, it would be nice if we could be able to build all that electricity and everything else that we could be able to have. Like what's going on over in Texas for building small modular reactors. But we
Are you
they
gonna hit the
don't-
button
and,
again?
and that's not until the early. Yeah, we'll play it again. We'll play it again. Here we are. Here it is.
The N word. You know what the N word is? It's no. It's the nuclear word.
Legalize
Times in
nuclear
the
bombs.
stream.
There we are.
That's got to be a record.
Yeah, there we are.
Oh, it's
But yeah, guys, I mean, here's the problem is that we're not building them fast enough until the early 2030s. Guys, it is 2026. We're talking about 5 years. We don't have 5 years. This should have been
I
built.
was about all that.
Yeah, this should
Yeah,
have
it's
been
not
built
done,
5
like,
years
talked
ago,
about.
not 5 years later.
yep. Like, oh,
Well, they should
Dimitri,
have been built 30 years ago. But
Yeah,
that's
in
besides-
reality, yeah, 30
Oh.
years ago. I agree, but
But-
yeah,
I think technology 30 years ago is no longer what we have.
yeah. But hey, thanks. We got dragged into another war thanks to so that's
Alright.
we're not gonna see this happen.
Yeah, but
go over your tiredness.
yeah, but just remember, all the problems in the world, we can solve it with the one thing that nobody likes to talk about, and I have to do it in my best Trump impersonation. The globalists do not want you to know this, but the Russian armored trains, they are free. You can take them. I got one at home. And just bring them to the Polish border. They'll help you convert it over to standard gauge, and it will be good for years. You might have problems with customs, but you will have an armored train that will solve all your customs issues. No problem.
I thought those were on standard gauge.
Well,
The Russian gauge is slightly different.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
That's I thought they were trying to get. Anyway, hold on. Let's bring up that.
Ukraine was transferring over to standard gauge. Iberia's trying to switch over, but Ukraine's a little busy, and Iberia, well, we don't talk about Iberia a lot.
Okay, hold on. Let's see.
Me-
Here we are. So let me bring up
That's
that. Here we are. This was our thumbnail. Funny enough, this was almost exactly 4 years ago to the day, guys, from March 8th, 2022, during the when the Ukraine war just started getting going. So yeah, that's a Russian war train over there. So here's the cleaner version, so you guys can be able to see. So there you go. Yeah.
You could take it
That's
home.
rad.
Good luck finding parking for it, but you can take it home.
look what I. But
It's got
look what
anti-aircraft
I.
and everything on there. That's sick.
It'll help you with your neighbors' disputes, and now they won't have their dogs running on your
Great.
property anymore.
Oh man.
Oh, Dimitri, look what I caught about a week ago. I just sent the photos in. Look what I caught.
All right, last thing, David.
Oh,
All right, here
hold
we go.
on. Actually, you said I was
There
going
we
to
go.
chime in a little bit.
Okay, and then Dub Trucker. Okay. Oh, look at that.
I got two
Line,
things.
Family line.
And
Oh, also you gotta talk about the new NBCA Heritage Unit.
Yeah, we haven't actually had
I
a
got
bonus
it.
here that was converted into I gotta show the pictures. Maybe I did at one point, but I gotta post that up again. There's a actually right up the road from me. There's a cafe called Coffee at the Crossing, and it is in Family Line's caboose. It's really cool.
forbidden. Forbidden.
Okay, one more Forbidden Orb there. All right, Dump Trucker, you got the last
There you
word.
go.
Man.
So, how was your week? Seemed tough.
How's my week seen tough?
Yeah, you said you had a long week.
Oh yeah, no, just a lot of work. Been starting a new job and everything. It's been crazy. Healthcare wise and everything, and my wife with the baby. I mean, it's a lot of stress and pressure. So
Okay.
it's a lot. He's almost here.
Well,
He's almost
well,
here.
we-
So just
I got to
Can we
realize
go?
about-
couple
Can
more
we go
weeks.
full communism? Can we go full communism on driver's license?
No,
not yet.
no.
Yes, please. People don't know how to read road closed signs. It is
can enforce
the
them.
most
can-
annoying thing ever.
we don't even need that. We
Watching
just need to just
Carpool
follow
Land.
our laws, the laws that we have, and actually enforce the laws that we have, but we don't. Because
Well,
everybody
people
must
know
be
the
in a car.
law, but then they see us going in there and they think, "Oh, the road must be open."
Oh,
No,
man.
it's not.
Yeah.
No.
You're just
Uh,
looking
uh,
for your
uh,
Well, I
shortcut.
forgot to take the test.
We
One
need
dude,
if
I'm
you
just
drive down a
straight up
closed
pointing at
road,
the sign
the-
like, Close.
There's a simple solution. If you drive down a closed road for road construction, the road construction crew can pull you out of your car and beat you with sticks.
Yeah, look, you
Actually, I was
can
thinking
take
we
people's
call the cops
licenses
and get
away.
their-
That hasn't stopped people from
Yeah.
driving. You know how many times cops pull
Yes,
over
it
people with multiple suspensions, driving without a license, and there are people that have like multiple warrants on them, like dozens of warrants and dozens of multiple suspensions, and they're just driving around free. They're just driving around with no care in the world or anything like that. Okay, that's why I say let's go
That's a
beyond
good point.
taking away licenses, taking away keys. Time to start breaking some hands. As simple as that. That's all.
You're right.
no,
get the
no, no,
baseball.
just-
Get the
just
baseball
10
bats. We're
10
gonna go to
lashes.
town.
Break the hands.
Just
They
10
can't drive
lashes.
anymore. Simple as that. All right.
Speaking
This
of-
is just this a joke,
Yeah,
or
I think
maybe
there's one
it
more one.
was. I don't know. It's all in Minecraft. We're breaking Minecraft hands. All righty, guys. That's it,
I
folks.
think I got one more down here.
Let's see. Either way, wherever this goes, the plan is the same as always. Get through the other
It was
side
a
so
new plan.
we can rebuild this country. It's gonna have to be rebuilt.
It's about
Nuclear-
dismantling the small pieces and
Yep.
not the big ones.
Exactly.
And I said the N word, nuclear.
All right. No, we're not playing it
Four
anymore.
times-
That's it. That's it. We're gonna. Okay, we'll just play
Well,
it
4
one.
times in the stream. That's that we can't set all the
The
records.
All right,
N-word.
one more
You
time.
know what the N-word
We'll,
is?
we'll
It's-
end it with that.
No. It's the nuclear word.
Okay, that's it.
He mentioned the N-word yesterday.
It may be. Well, let's see what's getting it first. Will it be Tehran or will it be Tel Aviv? I don't know. It's at this point. I hope neither. I really, because that once that can of worms is
Neither.
opened up, that Pandora's box, it's not good. We know where that's gonna go. All right, guys. Let's hopefully
Hopefully
we don't have to
want
worry about that.
happen
Let's just
those
focus. Let whatever happen. Let it happen, and let's rebuild
Let
this
happen
country.
piece by piece.
That's all we got to exactly.
right.
Piece by piece, day by day at a time. It's all we can do. That's what we got to do. Take it day by day. Alrighty, guys. Thank you all for joining on board on this 12th episode of the American Rail Club live stream. We will see you all next time. Take care and Godspeed.
Like and we'll talk to you guys later.
See you all
Godspeed.
next time.
Have a good night.
Yeah.